Meanings are not determined by situations, but we determine ourselves by the meanings we give to situations. Meanings cannot be necessarily determined or resolved by anyone or anything in the world because meaning already exists by itself. Either it has always got its own unconditional sovereignty, differentiation, meaning, significance, individuality, independence, and other verses all the time because it's part of the external, greater whole universal reality inside of which we also live, by which we're regulated, and which we can neither escape nor run away from. And that is the whole shared collective space of reality, which is obviously constituted and composed of or by the shared collective unconscious of all the people. So meaning is meaningful, but it is meaningless, worthless, purposeless at the same time because meaning has to be constantly renewed, re energized, and resurrected time and again, obviously, by the effort, struggle, suffering of the human mind, which creates it in the first place for feeling meaningful, significant, relevant, worthy, for the avoidance of depression and dejection, despair, disorientation, and the fostering of growth, progress, learning, positivity, dopamine into the self. So the human mind that creates meanings in the first place is also under the radical responsibility to carry out that those meanings to the end of their lives and also to regenerate, reconstruct the meaning of those meanings on the basis of their consistently powerful, authentic kind of behavior, action, talent, skill, knowledge, understanding, compassion at every step of the way. Otherwise, meanings fade and they become nothingness because ideas are also faded and they are not remembered by any to anyone. Not all the ideas of all the people are always going to be found because certain ideas are abandoned and can only be remembered by the individualities or the men and women that coined them, that invented them in the first place. And that means we are not in really access or reach of all the ideas that have ever been thought of by all the great men and women in the world, by all the scientists, psychologists, psychoanalysts, philosophers in the world, because they never wanted all ideas published. And that's why they forgot to write or forgot to talk about those things. And not all ideas are accessible because not all ideas are ever really written by anyone in the world because that is really impossible. So meanings are not really determined by situations because situations also exist because of the human mind's comprehensive understanding and deciphering abilities and because of the skill power of the human mind to decipher understand situations exist and so do meanings, but whatever meaning we determine we give to the situations, so we decide the meanings.